Welcome to Provocative Biofield. This is Sagarika Babu. Today I am going to explain about the topic cell. All living things are made up of cell. What is a cell? It is the smallest functional unit in a living organism. Okay, this is the definition for the cell. It is the smallest functional unit in a living organism. Fine. The branch of biology that deals with the study of cell is called cytology. Okay, cytology means study of cell. The cells are very minute and it has a complex organization. So, to study the cell structure and its function, we need the help of microscope. Okay? There are so many statements are there to describe the cell. For example, cell is the basic unit of structure and function. Cell is the functional unit of life. And cells are the building blocks of structures in living things. And cell is derived from other cells by division. And also, cells contain some information that is used as an instructions for growth, development and function of an organism. So, these statements are there to describe the cell. These generalized statements are known as cell theory. Fine. So, cell theories contain some statements that describe the cell. So, what is a cell? It is the smallest functional unit in a living organism. Cytology means study of cell. What are the cell theories? Cell is the basic unit of structure and function. Cell is the functional unit of life. Cells are the building blocks of structures in living things. And cell is derived from other cells by division. So now we know what are cell theories. Those cell theories was forwarded by Matthias Kleiden and Theodor Schwann. Okay, in the year 1838 to 1839. The term cell was coined by Robert Hooke in the year 1665. The nucleus was discovered by Robert Brown in the year 1831. But actually, the structure of nucleus was first observed by Anton von Leeuwenhoek. Okay? In our body, we have number of organ systems. And in an organ system, we have number of organs. Likewise, in a cell, we have number of organs. But here, we need to call it as organelles. Fine? Those organelles are called as cell membrane organelles or membrane bound organelles. Okay, what are those membrane bound organelles? Endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosomes, ribosomes, mitochondria, vacuoles. Okay, these are the cell membrane organelles. Endoplasmic reticulum was first coined by Porter. Golgi apparatus was discovered by Camillo Golgi. Lysosomes was first coined by C.D. Dewey. Ribosomes was first described by G.E. Fallon and the name was given by R.B. Roberts. Mitochondria was first observed by Colliker and the name was given by Benda. Vacuoles was first observed by Spallanzani and the name was given by Dujardin. Okay, not only these people, there are much more persons are there which were contributed their work in the field of cell. Okay, so cell theory was forwarded by Matthias Kleiden and Theodor Schwann. Cell, Robert Hooke. Nucleus, Robert Brown. Endoplasmic reticulum, Porter. Golgi apparatus, Camillo Golgi. Lysosome, C.D. Dewey. Ribosomes, G.E. Ballard. Name was given by Roberts. Mitochondria, observed by Colliker. Name given by Benda. Vacuoles, observed by Spallanzani. Name given by Dujardin. So now, this is the structure of an animal cell. Okay, these are the cell organelles. These cell organelles are surrounded by a thin, delicate, living membrane called cell membrane. Okay, this delicate, thin, living membrane is called cell membrane. This cell membrane is also called as plasma membrane or plasma lemma. Fine. This cell membrane is the outer boundary of a cell. This membrane selectively regulates the entry and exit of the substances into and out of the cell. Therefore, the cell membrane is also called as selectively permeable membrane because it selectively permits the molecules into and out of the cell. It is also known as semi-permeable membrane. Okay, so cell membrane is also called as plasma membrane or plasma lemma. Due to its function, it is also called as semi-permeable membrane or selectively permeable membrane. Fine. Now, these cell organelles are embedded in a space. This white space, can you see here? This space is called as cytoplasm. Okay, it is a jelly-like translucent ground substance that fills up the cell. So, cell organelles are embedded in the cytoplasm. this black dot-like structures, can you see here? These are ribosomes. Okay, ribosome is involved in the protein synthesis of a cell. Okay, therefore this ribosome is also called as protein factory of a cell. Okay, so if a question asked what is a protein factory of a cell, which organelle is called as a protein factory of a cell, the answer is ribosomes. Fine. Next, endoplasmic reticulum. These are the endoplasmic reticulum. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. One is rough endoplasmic reticulum. Second one, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. What is the difference? Can you see? This is the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Can you see the black dot-like structures here? They are nothing but ribosomes. Okay. So endoplasmic reticulum with ribosomes are called as rough endoplasmic reticulum. Without ribosomes are called as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. So rough endoplasmic reticulum contains ribosomes. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum does not contain the ribosomes. Fine. This rough endoplasmic reticulum, they involved in protein synthesis because it contains ribosome. Ribosome is a protein factory of a cell. Therefore, rough endoplasmic reticulum is involved in protein synthesis because of the presence of ribosomes. Next, smooth endoplasmic reticulum is involved in lipid synthesis. What is a lipid? It is a term used for fat. Fine. So, rough endoplasmic reticulum is for protein synthesis. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum for lipid synthesis. Okay. Next, lysosome. Lysosome. So, this is the lysosome. This lysosome contains digestive enzymes, powerful digestive enzymes. So, what happens? These lysosomes, because of the presence of digestive enzymes, they involved in the intracellular digestion of the food particles ingested by the cell. They involved in intracellular digestion of the food particles that are ingested by the cell. That is the function of lysosome. Lysosome is also called as suicidal bags. Suicidal bags. Why? Because if the membrane of the lysosome happen to get ruptured, the enzymes of the lysosome will digest the entire cellular structure that leads to the death of a cell. That is why lysosome is also called as suicidal bags. Okay, I repeat. If the membrane of the lysosome happen to get ruptured, the enzymes of the lysosome would digest the entire cellular structure which leads to the death of a cell. That is why lysosome is also called as suicidal bags. Okay. Next, Golgi apparatus. This is the Golgi apparatus. This Golgi apparatus is involved in the formation of lysosome. Okay. This is one function. Another function is it is involved in the packaging molecules. It helps in the packaging the molecules such as proteins and lipids that are formed in the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, this is the function of Golgi apparatus. Next comes centrioles. Centrioles is involved in the formation of spindle fibers during the cell division. What are the spindle fibers? They are the filaments that are formed during the cell division. Okay, centrioles are involved in the formation of spindle fibers which are very much important in the cell division. Next, vacuole. This is the vacuole. Okay, this vacuole, it is a fluid filled sacs. Okay, it is a fluid filled sacs. They are bounded by a single membrane. Can you see here? The single membrane is called as tonoplast. Tonoplast. Okay, this vacuoles, they store and concentrate the mineral salts as well as nutrients. Okay, next, mitochondria. This is the mitochondria. Mitochondria is also known as powerhouse of the cell. Powerhouse of a cell. Why? Because this mitochondria synthesize energy rich compound such as ATP. Okay, mitochondria synthesize energy rich compound called ATP. What is ATP? Adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate. What is adenosine triphosphate? It is an energy carrying molecule. Okay, it is an energy carrying molecule. What happens means it captures the chemical energy that are obtained during the breakdown of the food particles and releases it to other cellular processes as a fuel. Do you understand? ATP is an energy carrying molecule. It captures the chemical energy that are obtained during the breakdown of the food particles and release it to other cellular processes as a fuel. That is called energy carrying molecule, which is ATP. That is ATP synthesized by mitochondria. That is why it is called as a powerhouse of a cell. Fine. Next comes nucleus. This spherical structure, can you see here? This is called nucleus. Okay. This nucleus is surrounded by a double membrane. This blue color structure, can you see here? This double membrane is called nuclear envelope. This nuclear envelope encloses a ground substance. This inner part is called as nucleoplasm. Okay? Nucleoplasm. So this inner part is completely called as nucleoplasm. This nucleoplasm contains two types of structures. One thread-like structures, can you see here? This is chromatin. And this spherical body, this is nucleolus. Okay? This is nucleolus. So this is a nucleolus. This thread-like structure is called chromatin. It is enclosed by a double membrane called the nuclear envelope, and the whole spores here, can you see here? These are nuclear pores. Okay? These are the nuclear pores. Next comes microvilli. Microvilli, this thread-like structures, can you see here? This is microvilli. This microvilli will increase the cell surface area. Microvilli increase the cell surface area. Fine. So there are so many cell organelles which perform their roles. So Golgi apparatus is involved in the formation of lysosomes and it helps in the packaging the molecules. Centrioles involved in the formation of spindle fibers during cell division. Ribosome, protein factory. Endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum, protein synthesis. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum, lipid synthesis. And nucleus. Nucleus is a storehouse of genetic information. Okay? Nucleus is a storehouse of genetic information. And one more thing is the nucleus controls all the metabolic activities of a cell. Nucleus controls all metabolic activities of a cell. Vacuole. It is a fluid-filled sacs. It store and concentrate the mineral salts as well as nutrients. Lysosome, suicidal bags. Mitochondria, powerhouse of a cell. Then microvilli, increase the cell surface area. So a cell performs a variety of functions with the help of these cell organelles. That is why Lamarck is a person who remarked that no living being can have life if its constituent parts are not formed by cells. Okay? This is the structure of the nucleus. The red dot structures, can you see here? They are nothing but ribosomes. Okay? The red dot structures are ribosomes, and this double membrane is called nuclear envelope. And the inner ground substance, this inner part is called as nucleoplasm. This nucleoplasm is otherwise called as karyolim. Okay? Nucleoplasm is otherwise called as karyolim. Okay? This nucleoplasm contains two types of structures, as I said before. This thread-like structures are called chromatin and this spherical body is called nucleolus. Okay, these are the two structures which are embedded in the nucleoplasm. Okay, nucleoplasm is otherwise called as karyolim. Fine. This spherical body is called nucleolus. It is rich in protein and RNA. Okay, this part is rich in protein and RNA and it is a site of ribosome formation. Fine. Nucleolus is a site of ribosome formation. And can you see the gap, the holes here? They are nothing but nuclear pores. Okay? This nuclear pores. What is the purpose of this nuclear pores? Means they allow the movement of the molecules in and out of the nucleus. They allow the movement of the molecules in and out of the nucleus. That is the purpose of nuclear pores. Fine? Next comes chromosomes. Chromosomes are visible only during the cell division. Okay? Chromosomes are visible only in the cell division. What happens in cell division? Chromatin. During cell division, it starts condensing. Okay? So the condensed chromatin fibers are called chromosomes. So chromosomes are nothing but thread-like. Chromosomes are nothing but thread-like condensed chromatin fibers. Okay, so chromosomes are condensed chromatin fibers. They contain hereditary information. Chromosomes contain hereditary information. This is the structure of the chromosome. Okay, it consists of two similar structures. Can you see these elongations? So chromosomes consist of two similar structures called chromatid. These elongations are called chromatid, and these chromatids are joined at a particular point, which is known as centromere. Okay, this elongation is called chromatid and they are joined at a particular point. The center part is called as centromere. Fine. So now we know what are chromosomes. Okay, here we are going to see about the types of chromosomes. There are totally 4 types of chromosomes are there: metacentric, submetacentric, acrocentric, telocentric. Okay, this is metacentric. These elongations are called as chromatids. Here we call it as arms. Okay, these are the arms. Two arms are equal in length in metacentric, so it resembles V-shaped, right? So metacentric are V-shaped in structure. That is, the two arms are equal in length in metacentric. Next, submetacentric. Here, one arm is shorter than the other arm. Okay, in submetacentric, one arm is shorter than the other arm. This is centromere. This rounder structure is centromere. These two arms, one arm is shorter than the other. So it resembles J-shaped. So metacentric, submetacentric is J-shaped in structure. Next, acrocentric. Here, one arm is very short, another arm is very long. Okay, so acrocentric are rod-shaped in structure. One arm is very short, another arm is very long. In telocentric, only one arm is present on one side. There is an absence of another arm, only one arm is present on one side. This is telocentric. It is also rod-shaped in structure. Okay, metacentric V-shaped, submetacentric J-shaped, acrocentric and telocentric are rod-shaped. To remember these 4 types of chromosomes, we have a mnemonic called Meera stays at college. Meera stays at college. M for metacentric, S for submetacentric, A for acrocentric, T for telocentric, C for chromosome. Meera stays at college is a mnemonic for metacentric, submetacentric, acrocentric and telocentric chromosomes. Fine. Next, chromosomes. As I said before, chromosomes are the thread-like condensed chromatin fibers, right? The chromosome is made up of long series of structures called genes. Chromosomes are made of long series of structures called genes. The genes are made up of nucleic acids. Genes are made up of nucleic acids. Nucleic acid, there are 2 types of nucleic acids are there. One is RNA. Another one is DNA. What is RNA? Ribonucleic acid. RNA full form is ribonucleic acid. DNA full form is deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA full form is deoxyribonucleic acid. Fine. This RNA is single stranded structure. Okay, it is single stranded structure while DNA is double stranded structure. Okay, this DNA is the genetic material for most of the organisms. Comparing to RNA, DNA is the genetic material for most of the organisms. Fine. This DNA is helical or spiral in structure. Its structure was proposed by Watson and Crick. Watson and Crick. Fine. So Watson and Crick proposed the DNA model. Okay, DNA is helical or spiral in structure. The structure was proposed by Watson and Crick. So it's time to examine yourselves. I have taken the questions also from NEET and AIPMT. So I request you to answer these questions in the comment box. Okay. Your first question is, which organelle is called as powerhouse of the cell? Second question, the membrane of the vacuole is called as what? Third question, which organelle is called as suicidal bags? Fourth question, J-shaped chromosome is called as dash. Fifth one, which organelle contains fluid-filled sacs? Your sixth question is, the name cell was coined by dash. Seventh question, the function of ribosome is dash. Eighth one, The nucleus of cell is discovered by. Ninth one, organelle within an organelle is dash. 10th one, a major site for lipid synthesis is dash. Okay. If you can't able to answer any of the question, I request you to see the video again. And please answer to these questions in the comment box to evaluate yourself. Okay. And if you find useful in this video, please subscribe to my channel and share this video. In my next video, I am going to upload in the topic tissues. So see you soon. Thank you. All the best.